Hey guys, this is the Assassinator 99 here, and so today I'm talking about something really important, something I've been thinking about for a long time. Is that can AC or should AC multiplayer become an esport? So why am I talking about this? That will be the should part of this video, and can/should. So should AC become an esport? So basically, um, currently Ubisoft they're saying that they want to concentrate on the single player and not worry about the multiplayer, so that they can concentrate completely on the single player to make it an amazing experience. That's what they're saying. But the truth is, they're a company, and companies work for profit. It's only natural. You can't complain about saying, I don't care, or you should listen to the players. They will listen to the players. Maybe they're not doing that now, but bottom line is, they have to earn money to keep themselves going. Otherwise, they're not gonna get their games anyways. So they are not making AC multiplayer because even though AC4 vastly improved on AC3, apparently the number of players didn't increase. In fact, it reduced because, as far as I know, AC3 sold 12 million copies last time I checked, while AC4 sold 10 million copies, even though it was obviously the better game. So that's the reason the Ubisoft think that it's the multiplayer that's affecting their sales, and they were sort of right because EC3 multiplayer wasn't the best multiplayer. In fact, it was terrible, minor hack glitch and stuff. So the thing is, the esport, if AC manages to become an esport, that means Ubisoft, more people will buy Assassin's Creed, and that means more sales, more money for Ubisoft, and that means they'll get more incentive to produce more multiplayer games. So that's the reason why Unity didn't have multiplayer. That's fine, maybe they're taking a year off. Syndicate doesn't have multiplayer, which was surprising, but I'll still forgive them for that. But if the game after Syndicate, which will release in end of 2016, I guess, doesn't have multiplayer, then it's gonna be a big issue, because that won't be fair for the people who have been dedicated to this community for such a long time, but see it crumbling in front of their eyes. It's not going to be fair for the players. I, for one, was really disappointed when Syndicate didn't have multiplayer, but yeah, complaining isn't gonna work. We have to do something about it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm creating an awareness that esports should that Assassin's Creed should become an esport. During AC3, this discussion sort of peaked, but then it sort of died with AC4 coming into the play. But I honestly don't know why. Because AC4 is closest to an esport compared to all the other games. Even Brotherhood. Yeah, even Brotherhood, AC4 till date is the closest to an esport. It's balanced in every way. They tweak the smoke so that it's less overpowered and stuff like that. So that's the should part. What else in should? Yeah, obviously if AC4 AC4 becomes a multiplayer, like Assassin's Creed multiplayer becomes an esport, then that means more player, more coverage about AC, more recognition towards it. That's the thing we want. We don't want a small community. That means we'll have to play with the same people who play with the same play styles. It'll be fun to face new foes who have different angles of thinking and sort of mix and match it up. I'll come to this in a little later, in the later part of my video, that mixing and matching and stuff. But the bottom line is, that's the thing, the more players, the more the merrier, as they say. And to be honest, obviously I love competitive matches. Competitive matches are much more fun than noob bashing. Honestly, I really don't understand what's the fun in noob bashing. It's pretty much no challenge of any sort. It's just gathering thousands, 10,000s, 20,000 points. It makes no sense. It's just showing off, in my opinion. It's good if you get a high score against challenge players, but there's no point. There's no challenge in getting high scores with people who don't know what the kill button is. You see? Honestly, I salute players who do get these scores, but that doesn't mean it's encouraged, in my opinion. High scores are just something. This game is designed in a way that you have to win. Winning is the main thing. Scores come second. There's no point in getting a 10k if you lose. It's happened before. People got 10k, but the person who won got a 12k or a 15k. That makes no sense. So that's the should part of this video. Leave some comments if you think that it shouldn't become an esport, and I'll be interested in hearing your reasons. But honestly, I strongly think that Assassin's Creed should become an esport. So, can Assassin's Creed become an esport? That's the main thing. Esport, to be honest, is a pretty high prestige title to a game, and it's really tough to be an esport for games that weren't specifically designed to be an esport. Currently, esports games are, of course, the MOBA genre of games, like League of Legends, Dota 2, which is currently the biggest esport, and of course Smite, which is catching up to those two. And yeah, so what should Assassin's Creed do to become an esport? Of course, AC4 is the closest to an esport, as I said, but it still has a lot to do. For example, the abilities, they have been immensely balanced, but you still cannot use every single ability in the game in like every game mode. For example, Money Bomb. Would you consider taking Money Bomb instead of maybe Smoke or Firecrackers or Time Phase? What do you think of that? Because Money Bomb is not a very useful ability, in my opinion. Well, duh, in this case. So the abilities should be tweaked in such a way that they should be should have some usage in the game, to be truthful. And like abilities, most abilities are used, like decoy. The crafting in points was a brilliant idea. Whoever thought of it, hats off. That made decoy more useful, but still it has you can't use all the abilities or perks in all cases. Um, so that's the abilities part. Um, Next is map design. Map design is a very important part of esports. That's the main thing about esports. Like for example, in I'm not gonna name any specific maps, but I'm just talking about the general points, because I sort of stopped playing team modes in AC4, so I'm just gonna go on general points. For example, in some maps, like for example, let's talk about ACR a bit. Just as an example, probably AC4 could have improved in this thing, but I'll just talk about some general problems faced by esports, like general problems faced during making an esports game. For example, the map called Hippocratus, I guess, back in AC4. I really don't know how to pronounce it, but the problem is that in while playing AA, one team had a huge advantage because it was a clear area. You could spot those runners from a mile, and you could counter them in any sort of way. Gunning was probably a viable option, and also the roofs were pretty far away, so you can just jump off the roof and grab the artifact. On the other hand, the other side of the map where the other artifact spawned, that wasn't a very good place because it was surrounded by roofs, and it was connected by a lot of chase breakers, so it was easy to escape, to be honest. And yeah, um so that left one team to a huge disadvantage. um yeah, so that's the problem with map design. Of course, if you're talking about deathmatch, too many roofs, for example, wanted in Rome was hellish because the number of roofs were too many. Like it was a roofer's haven. That's all I'm gonna say. So these problems should be addressed while making any sport. Um, then um, glitches, of course, glitches. Yeah. So glitches is a very regular part of AC, and it sort of makes the game unplayable. For example, I encountered this glitch very recently that my pursuer counter showed absolutely no pursuers. Like there wasn't even a pursuer counter, not even one. Yet somehow I managed to get shot. Somebody aimed a pistol at me and then shot me, even though I didn't have pursuers. Oh my god! And there's another glitch in that map in AC4. I really can't remember the name of that map. It's it's one of those maps which, like, legacy. It's sort of those legacy maps which came back from AC3. Uh, I think, yeah, Saint Matthew DM3. And on that map, after respawning about 2 or 3 seconds in, my whispers just shut down, turn off magically, suddenly. And even though I have viewers, the whispers just shut down for some unknown reason, and I cannot see my hear my pursuers at all. So that's one problem. So glitch management is an important part of this. And yeah, so that's the glitch management. And finally, uh, a theater and spectator mode is really required. That's gonna help in shoutcasting. So it's really confusing from going from one player's point of view to the other. It's really problematic, in my opinion. It's gonna get confusing. But for example, in Call of Duty, you don't really need that because every player has a specific like objective. Like every player in a team has a specific position, which all makes sense. Like one guy is sniping, taking care of the entire area. One guy is just running forward and taking out the main guys, and one guy is like sort of a backup and stuff. I really don't know that much about COD, but but in AC3, for example, if you're playing Manhunt, um, you you might see one player stunning another player, and then suddenly you go to another part of the map where another player is climbing a roof, escaping his pursuer. It's gonna be confusing. So a theater and shotcasting mode is really required. And of course, better matchmaking. That's another important point that is required. Matchmaking is a massive problem in AC4, and it's gonna be really problematic without proper matchmaking, of course. So finally, the most important part of this video: what can you do to make AC an esport if you think that AC should become an esport? Is spread the message. First of all, go to your channels if you have one, and make a video about what you think should be done, what you think shouldn't be done to make an esport. Of course, esports isn't, and some of you may not know what's esports. For that, you know, obviously check out the Wikipedia page. That's how I got to know about esports a couple of years ago. And esports might not be a big thing in the whole world, but in the gaming world, it's certainly a huge thing. So spread the message. That's all I'm gonna say. Make your voice heard by Ubisoft. That's, of course, go to their forums and post stuff like this. Bring everybody into discussion. Make the devs notice. And yeah, spread the message overall. That's a really important thing. So also finally, I would love to give credit to my sources. The links are all given down below. There's some videos, some thread posts. Mind you, most of these are pretty old, to be honest. Like they were uploaded / written back in AC3, so most of these problems have been corrected and fine. But I sort of list the problems that I saw is still prevalent in AC4, and yeah, that's really important that many things are still not addressed in AC4. So make sure you check out these videos. Pretty much actually all of these are of AC3. There's Chachi Mixtrack, there's Stealth Shampoo if you haven't heard them. Everything is addressed below. So hopefully you enjoyed this video guys, and help spread the message. Share my video if you don't mind me asking. Shameless promotion. But anyway, I really want this to be something, because esports is the only way that Assassin's Creed multiplayer can live. Of course it can live the other way as well, but being an esports, it should be it should give a major boost to the game. So that's it guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.